All right, everyone, now comes to the long-awaited part of today's program. The guest whom I'm going to invite on stage needs no introduction. We're very honored to have the Honorable Mr. Paul Chan Mo Po, Financial Secretary of the Government of the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region, to join us today to deliver the closing remarks. Mr. Chan, please.
Lawrence, Laura, young ladies and gentlemen, and distinguished panels, good afternoon. I'm indeed very delighted to be here with so many smart, ambitious, eager to get started young people who might one day take the jobs that Lawrence and Laura currently hold, and probably mine too in due course. Ladies and gentlemen, the sky is your only limit. I hope Lawrence and Laura and everyone else here this afternoon have been of some help in that regard. I would also like to offer my 2 cents on a career in finance, and specifically on why Hong Kong can make it happen for you, whatever your financial career ambitions may be. The financial services sector is one of Hong Kong's pillar industries. It contributes to about 18% of our GDP, but accounts for only 7% of our total employment. So it is a high value-added industry, and in fact, an industry that Hong Kong people feel very proud as well. Let's take a quick look of the current state of the industry. Just last month, Hong Kong finished third in the Global Financial Centers Index, only behind London and New York. In the latest report, Hong Kong came first in investment management, financial infrastructure, and human capital. In banking, we finished second, only behind London. Also, let's not forget insurance, where we are the first runner-up in the world in terms of insurance density. When it comes to fundraised annually for IPOs, our stock market has finished first 5 times in the past 9 years. It is also highly likely that we will top the world again this year, given the huge amount of funds raised so far this year. At the end of September, our market capitalization stood at about $32 trillion, which is six times of Singapore's. And in fact, it is about 12 times of our GDP. We are also Asia's leading asset management center. Our asset and wealth management business exceeded 24 trillion Hong Kong dollar last year. There is no doubt we are the leading financial center in Asia, and we have the China advantage under the unique one country, two system arrangements. As you all know, mainland China is the growth engine of the world's economy. Our ever-deepening economic integration with the mainland, the second largest economy in the world, brings us boundless opportunities. To start with, we have long enjoyed first mover advantage in the mainland's opening up and internationalization of renminbi business. Hong Kong is the world's largest offshore renminbi business hub. We maintain the world's largest offshore pool of renminbi funds, as well as a welcome variety of renminbi products and services. Our stock and bond connect schemes with the mainland are of groundbreaking significance to capital market access between us. Powered by the twin engines of the mainland China and the rest of the world, Hong Kong is the golden gateway bringing together the markets and businesses, of course, of the mainland and the rest of the world. But we are not complacent. We spare no efforts in further enhancing our competitiveness to enable us to stay ahead of the curve. For example, we have enhanced our listing regime to allow the listing of pre-revenue biotech companies, as well as high-growth, innovative companies with weighted voting rights structures. To develop our bond market, we have introduced a pilot bond grant scheme plus tax incentives to attract more issuers to Hong Kong. These days, you can't talk about finance or any other industry indeed without noting the fast-growing promise of technology. Financial technology, or fintech, has already been reshaping our financial services with innovative new modes of service delivery, enhanced consumer experience, and greater operational efficiency. Needless to say, the government is working closely with the industry and stakeholders to promote fintech's development. We have gathered together over 300 fintech companies, fintech startups in Cyberport and Science Park. Last month, we launched the faster payment system using mobile phone numbers, email address, or QR codes. Users can move funds across banks and store value operators. That means real-time, round-the-clock fund transfers and payment services in Hong Kong in both Hong Kong dollar and renminbi. We are also seeing some encouraging developments in virtual banking. The Hong Kong MA has received about 30 virtual bank applications, ranging from telecommunication operators and fintech companies to global banks. We expect the MA to start issue virtual bank license by the end of this year. Fintech knows no borders, no boundaries, which is why the Hong Kong MA has entered into fintech cooperation agreements with institutions spanning the group from United Kingdom and Switzerland to Singapore, Dubai, and Shenzhen. Moving ahead, thinking smart alone is not enough. We must think green. The demand for green finance is rising globally, and Hong Kong is determined to become a green finance hub. We have launched a green bond grant scheme to subsidize the costs incurred by green bond issuers in obtaining green finance certification. We are also working on a government green bond program with a borrowing ceiling of Hong Kong dollar 100 billion to fund government green public projects. In the first half of 2018, at least 15 green bonds were issued in Hong Kong with an aggregate size of $8 billion. The Asian Development Bank, the World Bank, and the European Investment Bank were among the issuers. This speaks well of Hong Kong's promise as a regional green finance hub. Looking into the future, the financial services sector will thrive further thanks to two visionary important national strategies of the mainland: the Belt and Road Initiative and the Greater Bay Area Development. First, our financial services sector has a key part to play in raising funds for the Belt and Road's big-ticket infrastructure projects through our capital markets. The Hong Kong MA has been driving this forward through its infrastructure financing Facilitation Office, while the SFC has also issued guidelines to provide clear pathway for infrastructure project companies to come to Hong Kong for listing. As to the development of the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau Bay Area, an ambitious cluster city development encompassing Hong Kong, Macau, and 9 cities in Guangdong, with a total population of 69 million and an aggregate GDP of US 1.5 trillion. The Greater Bay Area is a huge consumer-rich and affluent market, presenting tremendous opportunities for our wealth management, asset management, and insurance professionals. And for companies in the Bay Area going global, Hong Kong will continue to be their best platform. Add it all up, you should be clear that our financial services sector holds a promising prospect. Of course, challenges are inequitable. Among them, the protracted trade dispute between the US and China is creating uncertainties. Nonetheless, whatever the near-term concerns, I'm confident in Hong Kong's long-term future because I believe in our people. I believe in people just like you who are determined, bright, and committed, who will always stand tall in times of adversity. My sincere thanks to the Financial Services Development Council for organizing this year's Career Day, bringing together industry experts and prospective young professionals. Before I go, let me wish you a very bright and rewarding future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chan. On behalf of the audience, we would love to have a selfie-like group photo with our Financial Secretary, Mr. Chan. Yeah, so everyone, we can actually gather together at the center. All right, thank you, everyone. May I now invite our FSDC Chairman, Mr. Lawrence Lee, again to give us a few words. Mr. Lawrence Lee, please.
Thank you. While everyone is busy getting ready for our CV clinic and mingling, I want to take the opportunity to thank Paul, to thank all our speakers, Laura, Mervyn, Diana, King, Winnie, Stephen, Andrew, Elvin, Lapman. I also want to take the opportunity to thank HKEX for lending us the opportunity, particularly as Laura has said, free of charge. I also want to thank all the staff of HKEX for helping us make this happen. And last but not least, thanking all the staff of FSDC to make today a success. Now, we get to turn to what is innovative for this year, which is the CV clinic outside. And before I send you all out to show your CV to the various sponsors and partners that we have today, I should also thank them for sending their people and their time to review your CV and to help you launch your career in financial services in Hong Kong. And thank you very much, all of you, for coming. Now please go out, conquer the world. Perhaps start first with showing your CV to the CV clinic people outside. Thank you very much.